Good afternoon. My name is Robert Furlong, and I serve as Vice Principal. It is my pleasure to welcome all of you to the 140th commencement of St. Peter's Prep, and to be the first to officially congratulate you this afternoon. We are about to begin our commencement exercises, so I ask all to please be seated now. So that all can enjoy the ceremonies, we ask that everyone please observe a few simple courtesies throughout this afternoon. These rules are not intended to put a damper on our celebration, but to maintain a spirit of joyful dignity throughout our program. First and foremost, please remain at and in your seats. Remember, everyone here this afternoon has someone they have come to see and applaud. Taking pictures or recording the proceedings are encouraged, but please do not distract or block the view of others or stand in the aisles. In addition to causing viewing problems for others, it is unsafe. We do very much encourage applauding, cheering, laughing, and even crying. We very much discourage the use of any noisemakers, including cell phones, so please check your cell phone now and turn the sound off. No one wants to miss their son, brother, grandson's name because a cell phone has gone off while it's being read. Your program includes an overview of this afternoon's ceremony. Our ceremony will begin with the award-winning prep band under the direction of Mr. Steve Kaslowitz. Following a long tradition, our graduates will be led in procession and accompanied by our guidance counselors, Ms. Jessica Nordstrom and Father John Mullen. Following the graduates will be the prep faculty, administration, and board of trustees. The faculty will be led by Mr. James Hollywood, class of '66, of the math department, and Mr. James Horan, class of 1970, vice president. They are the senior alumni members of the faculty and administration. If you would please remain seated as our graduates and faculty process in, you will help everyone to see their sons, grandsons, nephews, friends, and neighbors. Thank you for your attention and cooperation, and please enjoy the 140th commencement of St. Peter's Preparatory School.
Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Jim D'Angelo and I have the pleasure to serve as principal of St. Peter's Prep and to preside over our ceremony today. This afternoon's commencement marks the 140th time that St. Peter's Prep has gathered to award diplomas. And it provides me with one last opportunity on behalf of the entire prep community to thank our graduates and their families for giving us the privilege of being part of their lives for the past 4 years. Our program today begins, as it has for each of the past 140 years, in prayer. Prep's Director of Campus Ministry, Mr. John Doherty, will give our invocation. And in a moment, I would ask all to please stand for our prayer and afterward to remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Please stand.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let's begin our prayers, begin all good things. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. In the Gospel of Luke, the first words that Jesus says to St. Peter, our school's namesake, are put out into the deep water. In the story, it's meant literally, since Peter and his brother are fishing. But metaphorically, it also serves as a mission statement for the disciples and for the church. God calls us to venture into the unknown, to open our hearts and minds to people who are different from us, to learn to discover God in surprising places. Now it's time for you, the class of 2018, to take the oars and row out into the deep waters of your future. As you go, know that you are always in our prayers. We are always there with you in the lessons you learned and the bonds you forged during your time at prep. Loving God, we pray today for the class of 2018. We pray in thanksgiving for the experiences that have shaped them, the experiences they have shared together, the talents that you have developed, and the many different ways that you have shared those talents with our community. We pray that your time at prep has given you the tools you need to share your passions confidently with the world beyond Grand and Warren. We thank you, Lord, for everyone who has encouraged and supported these graduates as they have grown into the young men who sit before us today. Parents, siblings, friends, teachers, and coaches, we are grateful for the guidance provided to these young men on their journey to adulthood. And lastly, we pray for you, gentlemen, that as you move ahead, you will have the courage and faith to row into the deep waters, to strive always to learn, experience, and to love more. We ask God to be with you as you go forth from St. Peter's, and we pray that you will always be aware of his love for you. Bless us, Father, and help each of us to never stray from our responsibility to you and to one another. We ask for this as we ask for all things, through Christ our Lord. Amen.
my great honor to preside at these 140th commencement exercises. Begin the proceedings with a few introductions. I'm joined on the stage today, from left to right, by Mr. Michael Sedembrino, 2001, our registrar, Mr. John Doherty, Director of Campus Ministry, Father Tony Azzardo, Alumni Chaplain and Counselor, Father Ken Bowler, President, Mr. Philip McGovern, Class of 76, the Chairman of our Board of Trustees, Ms. Megan Klim, Chairperson of the Fine and Performing Arts Department, who will deliver the address to the graduates later in the program, Mr. John Morris, the Dean of Students, Mr. Robert Furlong, our Vice Principal. To my left and right are members of PrEP's distinguished faculty, administration, and staff, as well as members of the Board of Trustees. By far, the most important people here today, the class of 2018, who sit in the center. By many standards, the class of 2018 is an exceptional one for us here at St. Peter's. The members of the faculty, staff, administration, particularly those who have been at PrEP for some time, each class has a certain personality, spirit, a style all its own. Each class makes its impact in varied ways. Impact on me, on the faculty, on each other, and on the century-and-a-half-year-old spirit that is St. Peter's. From retreat houses to athletic fields, from debates to plays, soup kitchens, study sessions, the young men of the class of 2018 embody all that Jesuit education looks to foster. They are open to growth, intellectually competent, religious, loving, and committed to doing justice. To begin our program this afternoon, we would like to acknowledge academic achievements of members of the class of 2018. We are particularly proud of the 78 members of the class who are graduating today with honors. It is 3.7 or higher, cum laude, or high honors, a 4.0 GPA or over, magna cum laude. They've maintained a superior grade point average over 4 years at PrEP. This is noted in today's program, and today, as they receive their diplomas, will be designated cum laude or magna cum laude. In a moment, I will ask Mr. Furlong, our Vice Principal, and Mr. John Morris, the Dean of Students, to announce a number of special awards. Each recipient of these awards should either stand in his place or come forward as directed by Mr. Furlong or Mr. Morris. So I'd like to ask Mr. Furlong to begin.
The National Merit Scholarship Competition acknowledges the academic achievement of high school students based on PSAT results. Only the top 5% of the more than 1.5 million high school students eligible for National Merit Scholarships are recognized by that organization each year. PrEP is extremely proud to have 8 students who were commended in the 2018 National Merit Scholarship Competition. Please hold your applause until the entire roster has been called. I ask the following to stand for recognition. Declan Alvidrez, Matthew Coyne, Nicholas Demetriadis, Jared Holzman, William McHugh, Daniel Rowe, Harshal Shah, Andrew Tobin. Congratulations, gentlemen. I am pleased to present the following academic awards for school year 2017-2018. We will announce awards in 4 major groups. Fine and Performing Arts first, Classical and Modern Languages second, followed by English, Religion, and History awards, and finally, Mathematics and Science. Please hold your applause until the 6 or so names in each group have been called. Each recipient should come forward as his name is called. For academic excellence, St. Peter's Prep awards the following Fine and Performing Arts medals. A gold medal in visual arts is awarded to Gabriel Tejada. Please hold your applause, thank you. A silver medal in visual arts is awarded to Christopher Green. A gold medal in vocal music is awarded to Adrian Camano. A silver medal in vocal music is awarded to Fernando Cordova. A gold medal in instrumental music is awarded to Joseph Mastrodonato. A silver medal in instrumental music is awarded to Thomas Lee. A gold medal in creative writing is awarded to Gerald Graves. Congratulations, gentlemen. We award the following classical and modern language medals. A gold medal in Latin is awarded to Harshal Shah. A silver medal in Latin is awarded to Zachary Muller. A gold medal in French is awarded to Daniel Rowe. A gold medal in German is awarded to Jared Holzman. A gold medal in Italian is awarded to Dario Spina. A gold medal in Spanish is awarded to Joseph Mastrodonato Joshua Oakley, ex aequo. Congratulations, gentlemen. We award the following English, History, and Religion medals. A gold medal in English is awarded to Brendan Kane. A silver medal in English is awarded to Matthew Delane. A gold medal in History is awarded to Matthew Coyne. A silver medal in History is awarded to Brendan Kane, Damiano Servideo, ex aequo. A gold medal in Religion is awarded to Lorenzo Perez and Damiano Servideo, ex aequo. Congratulations, gentlemen. And finally, we award the following Mathematics and Science medals. A gold medal in Mathematics is awarded to Matthew Delane, Harshal Shah, ex aequo. A silver medal in Mathematics is awarded to Dario Spina. A gold medal in science is awarded to Matthew Delane and William Waltman, ex aequo. A silver medal in science is awarded to Robert Onos. Congratulations, gentlemen. In addition, I call your attention to the program, which indicates the 77 members of the senior class who were nominated by our faculty to the National Honor Society. They were chosen because of their past, present, and expected future demonstration of outstanding scholarship, character, leadership, and service. Gentlemen, would the 77 of you please stand and be recognized? Congratulations.
At Prep, we talk frequently about educating the whole person, putting a premium on achieving excellence in all we do, and recognizing God in all things. Those who combine excellence in academics and athletics model a great commitment and enthusiasm for life, both inside and outside of the classroom, refusing to compromise their pursuit of excellence in any way. For participating in one or more varsity sports while maintaining a cumulative GPA of 3.7 or higher, thus graduating with honors, we are pleased to recognize the following seniors with the St. Peter's Prep Scholar Athlete Award. Please stand as your name is called, and please hold your applause until all recipients have been recognized. Declan Alvidrez, Matthew Baldowski, Christopher Brady, Miles Brancatella, Daniel Brown, Noah Byrne, Nicholas Gow, Matthew Coyne, Jason Davidoff, Dante Diaz, Matthew Delane, Matthew Duane, Sean Fitzgibbon, Gavin Freeman, Tate Frzynsky, Ryan Gannon, Patrick Garrigan, Christopher Green, Griffin Goditis, Justin Guzman, John Halligan, Aiden Hamilton, Tyler Hansen, Owen Heim, Brendan Kane, Richard Kelly, Eugene Cohane, Dennis Kirby, Thomas Lee, David Lerner, Joaquin Matamis, William McHugh, Cleophas McIntosh, Zachary Moeller, Gregory Natchef, Jeremiah Naramore, Dimitrios Plexidas, Owen Hosek, Ryan Ramos, Michael Richards, Daniel Rowe, Brian Savage, Keith Schmidt, Damiano Servideo, Herschel Shaw, Shane Simon, Luke DeCamargo Smith, Dario Spina, Max Telemak, Andrew Tobin, Joseph Trombecki, Ashton Will Williams, Marek Vladarski, and William Waldman. Congratulations. Additionally, we are pleased to recognize Marcus Bagley. Marcus, please stand. who is the recipient of the 2018 Hudson County Interscholastic Athletic League Scholar Athlete Award. At the state level, the 2018 New Jersey State Interscholastic Athletic Association Award was given to Declan Alvidrez. All received their awards at ceremonies prior to today. Congratulations. At this time, we would like to present 2 awards in memory of Prep alumni who distinguished themselves as scholar athletes. John McGovern, who died in 1988, was an extremely well-liked and respected member of the class of 1980. He was especially admired for his leadership and his dedication to the spirit of teamwork that he brought daily to the prep basketball program. A number of his classmates created this award to be presented annually to a scholar athlete who best exemplified those attributes. This year, we are pleased to present the John McGovern Award to Brendan Thiel. Jeff Kachel, a late member of the class of '89, was an honor student and 4-year athlete who competed in our baseball program. Jeff was a fierce competitor whose perseverance, commitment, and leadership embodied a true prep student athlete. This award, in his name, is presented to that prep student athlete who most exemplified the traits and qualities that made Jeff such a respected member of our family. This year, the Kachel Memorial Student Athlete Award is presented to Thomas Ganaway. Quiet, daily commitment is a virtue to which many aspire, but in practice, it can be very rare. And so this next achievement is truly impressive. For perfect attendance over their 4 years of prep, the following slew of graduates are asked to stand for recognition. Number 1, Dave Favor, and number 2, Christopher Green.
Congratulations to these and to all of our graduates on their achievements. At this point, I am pleased to introduce our speaker for the class of 2018. A native of Summit, New Jersey, Declan Alvidrez came to prep from the Lawton C. Johnson Summit Middle School. He's been a consistent honors student throughout his time at prep, awarded a Sheehan Scholarship, as well as serving as a student council representative, campus ministry team member, on the Ignatian Scholars Leadership Team, vice president of the concert band, and foil captain for his back-to-back state championship fencing teams. He's been a valued retreat leader for both our MLS and Kairos programs. In the fall, he will begin studies at Rutgers University, New Brunswick, in the honors program for the School of Arts and Sciences. So please join me in welcoming our speaker for the class of 2018, Declan Alvidrez.
Father Bowler, Mr. D'Angelo, Mr. McGovern, members of the administration, faculty, and staff, family, friends, and the graduating class of 2018. Thank you for the honor and the privilege of speaking here today. About 4 years ago, as I was getting on the train to go to orientation, my mom asked me if I was sure I would be fine going all the way to prep on my own. "Yeah, Mom, I got this," I said with a smile. "Don't worry about it." I then got on the train to Hoboken, and in true freshman fashion, got on the wrong light rail, barely showing up to prep on time. As we all sat together in dress code for the first time at orientation, it didn't quite register with me that prep was no ordinary school. Like everyone else, I had certain expectations of what high school would be like, and who I would be because of this. I thought I knew what I was good at and what I struggled with, so I started out sticking to what I knew best. I planned to keep to sports and music as I had in middle school. I had intended to play on the baseball team and play saxophone in the band. However, as I immersed myself in life at prep, I found that it was impossible to stick to one set path. Though I still played a sport and stuck with band, I branched out. All of the opportunities that prep had to offer had enthralled me, and I had begun to find my place in the prep community. Not only did I feel welcome in this community, but I felt invigorated and challenged to grow in this new place. It was not immediately apparent what the cause of this was. However, as I experienced more that prep had to offer, I found it. There is something profound about being at prep that may not truly be understood from afar, but it is present in every aspect of life at Grandin Warren, and that is a community of love. Love in terms of a passion for what we do. It's a care for our entire self and those around us. It stretches far beyond sitting in class and studying hard to get the grade. It's when a teacher offers to stay after school for as long as it takes for you to understand a concept. It can be felt in the excitement after a touchdown at a football game and in the sadness when a player walks off injured. The love is present in the applause at the end of a theater production or concert. It's unable to be taught, yet so easy to learn. The strong sense of community is almost effortless. This love and devotion to everything, large or small, at prep is what has made each moment of our journey special. Because it's not just about the big things in our prep experience, it's about the small moments too. It's about those crazy intramural football and Andrew ball games, or eating at Tommy Two Scoops during lunch. Rest in peace. Many years from now, we might not remember how to conjugate a single verb in Latin or titrate an acid in chemistry, but we'll probably remember the best hallways to take in order to avoid getting caught being out of dress code, or the experiences from a service trip to West Virginia, or a time on a Kairos or Emos retreat. We will still have the memories of smiling at a freshman sprint to class, even though we know we did the exact same thing. We'll probably still remember the taste of that legal ground sandwich we had so often, and we will remember how the community came together for a family in need. Once in a while, we'll remember the satisfaction of beating the rush to Milano's during lunch, the relief of finally completing the trek from the 3rd floor of Hogan to the 4th floor of the English building in under 5 minutes. We'll remember the satisfaction and the rush of submitting a paper at 11:59 the night it is due. These aren't necessarily the most momentous things from the past 4 years, but what would our prep experience be without the little things? Not to say that the other stuff isn't important, but that feeling of having a first free line up with a late start day, unbeatable. After all, though the headlines for our class may read of state championships, academic awards, inspiring performances, and devotion to service, those things do not happen every day. These highlights of our class are a summation of the everyday things in our lives. Each day, we all got up much earlier than we would have liked, worked hard in school, fell asleep on the couches in the campus ministry lounge, participated in activities after school, only to get home late with lots of work to do, and go to bed much later, waking up the next day to do it all over again. The routine hasn't always been fun, but it's been well worth the trouble. From the struggles in Latin to the successes of college acceptance, we have been through it all together. We have laughed and cried together, felt the pain of defeat and the elation of victory together. Perhaps our greatest learning experience has been from the experiences shared. Not just the conversations between ourselves, but the experiences with teachers and coaches, in the classroom, at practice, at rehearsal, club meetings, on service trips, the list goes on. Any moment shared between anyone at Prep has shaped our class into who we are now and who we will become. Our class is a testament to the love in the community of Prep. We have been both challenged and enriched by our time on Grand and Moore. Over the past 4 years, we have become talented musicians and actors, champion athletes, scholars, and leaders. What we have done together has been truly remarkable and bodes well for the future of our class. From here, our lives are open-ended. Prep has given us the brushes to paint the masterpiece that is our lives. So pick up your brush. Though our time at Prep as students has ended, we have only just finished the first chapter of what will become our legacy. And so now, we have so much to do. Let us begin. Thank you.
Thank you, Declan. Thank you for your words and for your many contributions to Prep over the past 4 years. On behalf of the faculty, we are happy to present you with the Vincent J. Kennedy Class of '39 Award to the Speaker of the Class of 2018. Congratulations. Next, we are proud to present a number of awards to outstanding members of the senior class. The Reverend John Browning Award was inaugurated in 1998 on the occasion of Father Browning's death. Father Browning was a native of Jersey City and a member of the Prep class of 1946. And as a young Jesuit priest, he returned to Prep, where for the next 35 years, he served as the driving force behind the Higher Achievement Program. He was also a teacher, counselor, and principal, whose work was characterized by a tremendous sense of humility and service. This award is presented to a young man modeling the virtues that Father Browning lived with such distinction: courage, wisdom, and humble service in the pursuit of justice. We are proud to present the John Browning Award ex aequo to Alkaja Hoskins and Victor Lopez. Congratulations. Our next award is the Jerome Peterson Award. Jerome Peterson passed away in February of 2001, and while his life may have been short, his impact at Prep was anything but. His time at Grandin Warren as a student, athletic trainer, and HAP teacher was characterized by good humor, deep faith in God, and a selfless generosity to the Prep community. He had the gift of bringing people together, and in him, all found common ground. This award is presented to a senior who models the virtues that Jerome Peterson lived with distinction: a gentle manner, good humor, faith, and generous service to Prep. We're proud to present the Jerome Peterson Class of '92 Award to Shane Simon. The Agape Award was established by an alumnus and his wife, and its name holds particular significance in the Christian lexicon. Agape is the Greek word used to describe God's unconditional love for all people, a love that goes beyond what is fair, deserved, or even rational, a love that is modeled by the Good Shepherd who leaves the 99 to find the one, by the Father who welcomes home the prodigal son. This award recognizes a graduate actively living a life of faith shaped by the Gospels. We're proud to present the Agape Award to Joseph Mastrodonato. We continue with the Jesuit Schools Network Award. Jesuit Schools Network is comprised of the 65 American Jesuit high schools and supports the work of each school in educating young people of competence, conscience, and compassion in the Ignatian tradition. This award honors a young man who exhibits the characteristics of Jesuit education, one who is intelligent, open to growth, religious, loving, and committed to doing justice. This year, we are proud to present the Jesuit Schools Network Award to Brian Savage. Finally, we present the Reverend Francis J. Shalou S.J. Award. Father Shalou was a longtime member of the prep community who served for more than 30 years as a guidance counselor, principal, and director of alumni relations. This award is presented annually to the young man who best exemplifies the ideals of St. Peter's Prep, an outstanding service of spirit to the prep community, and the personal development characterized in the phrase, a man for others. We are proud to present the Francis J. Shalou Award to Max Telemak. Since 1872, PrEP has committed itself to educating the whole person. This begins in the classroom, but it continues through retreats and masses, service trips. It plays itself out on football and lacrosse fields, on basketball and volleyball courts, from track to the golf course, and even the mighty waters of Overpeck Creek. Among our many co-curricular offerings, it is now my pleasure to highlight two of our more successful activities, PrEP Band and Chorus. As the graduates who are performing today begin to move, I can say that the performing arts at Prep are flourishing, and that Prep's concert band, jazz band, and Vox ensembles each earned accolades this year. In November, two Vox members, senior Adrian Camano and junior Michael Apello, auditioned and were selected to be part of the all-state mixed chorus. Both placed in the top 15 of their respective voice parts. Prep's concert and jazz bands competed in the Heritage Musical Festival in Boston, Massachusetts. The concert and jazz bands came in second place. Additionally, junior Quentin Conlon and senior Ryan Ramos both won the Best Soloist Maestro Award. Prep Vox competed in the Music in the Parks Festival in Williamsburg, Virginia, and placed first in the men's ensemble division with a rating of excellent. Today, the senior musicians are performing in whatever time we have, an arrangement by Mac Huff.
If we face
Mr. Kasowitz and Ms. Fensick, members of the band and chorus, thank you for your fine work over the course of the year, for a terrific contribution to today's celebration. Choosing a faculty speaker for prep graduation is no easy task. The choices are far too numerous. This year, I am pleased that Ms. Megan Klim, chairperson of the Fine and Performing Arts Department, will deliver the address. Ms. Klim arrived at prep in 2004 and quickly established herself as an educator who could both challenge and inspire her students to produce art that was both personally meaningful and indicative of great reflection and critical thinking on the part of the student artists. As chair, the arts program has seen exponential growth under her leadership. An accomplished and renowned artist in her own right, as well as a prep parent of Matthew Hedman of the class of 2016, I'm pleased to call forward Ms. Megan Klim to deliver the address to our graduates.
Father Bowler, Mr. McGovern, Mr. D'Angelo, colleagues, parents, graduates, friends, and family. First off, I want to savor this moment as I look out at all of you, because you are all in dress code, and all at the same time. Well done. Class of 2018, I am sure you experienced many things here at St. Peter's Prep that were unique and personal to you. But collectively, you also experienced things in your 4 years here. You experienced the beginning of the ID scanner, the new bell sound, classes in the renovated Hogan Hall, the opening of the Perkins Center. The PM and the AM began in your junior year. And you were the first freshman class to use Chromebooks. This year, you lost XY days, but that loss wasn't as epic as the loss in your junior year of the Gotham Big Flat Cookie. As a visual arts teacher, one of the most asked questions in my classes is this good? Now I know there is a group of you that already knows my answer. I always say, what does good mean? The student usually says, you know, good. I don't know what good means for you, I respond. You know, come on, good. I say it depends on what you want to do, what you want to say, what are you going for? Usually, when it gets to this point, a discussion is had, and just through conversation, things start to unfold. But one time, a student wasn't going to have it. He hung in there. He said, you mean to tell me you went to art school? And I said, and graduate school. And you have absolutely no idea if this is good? You can't tell me if this is good by looking at it? Kiddingly, I said, well, we learn nothing valuable in art school. We just make all this stuff up. But he persisted. I don't know if this is any good, he says, and you really need to tell me. If I said, yes, it's good, and walked away, would you be satisfied? He said, yeah. I said, but would you know why? He said, not really. Then I explained, oh wait, I forgot, I have a book on this. A couple of heads popped up in the studio. Another student said, you got a book on what's good? So what exactly are you going to look up? Said the challenging student. You tell me, I said. I think we were back to where we started. Look, I understand he was seeking my help and guidance. I really do. But there is no book. You write the story, and asking someone's opinion can be valuable, but be careful you aren't simply asking only for the answer. My point is, gentlemen, only you can ultimately define what is good to you. You make your choices, you decide how much effort you will put into something, whether it's solving a complex math problem, fixing a car, writing a story, or running a race. It's ultimately your decision in any discipline and task you take on. A few years ago, I decided to focus on the phrase, the devil is in the detail, especially with the freshmen. I believe it was your freshman year. When I asked those of you I taught what you thought it meant, Most of you said something bad in your art. I tried to explain that devilish could be a good thing, like a trick you add to prompt the viewer to look more closely at your art, or well-placed touches of color or design. I said it's like taking something bland or dull and making it spicier to give it a little visual kick. But you were still getting stuck on the word devil and all that comes with it. So I looked up a proper definition. The devil is in the detail is an idiom that refers to a catch or mysterious element hidden in the details, meaning that something might seem simple at a first look, but will take more time and effort than expected. Gentlemen, find your mysterious hidden element that might seem simple at a first look, but embrace that your journey might take more effort and patience than planned. And pay attention to the details, because sometimes the smallest ones contain the most energy. As I thought about what I would say to you, I realized there is a particular group of people who could give you the best advice: former prep graduates. I keep in touch with many of them and decided to ask them for words of wisdom for you. So I opened a conversation with them on Facebook Messenger to hear what they had to say. I named the conversation graduates, and after populating around 25 grads, I must have hit enter by accident because names started to appear saying seen, although I hadn't written a message to them yet. In minutes, many were chatting away, making funny comments to each other, saying hello, and all noting what great company we are all in. Hashtag inner circle. After several comments about what an excellent group I had compiled, still not knowing why, a grad took it upon himself to hijack the name of the conversation from graduates to League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. It was a full-blown cyber reunion. I couldn't help but see that this inquiry took on an unexpected twist, that a prep brotherhood was strongly in place from grads up to 10 years out and all in between. After the initial shenanigans died down, I did receive these words of wisdom from them to you. Learn about finances, because you really have to. Don't worry about reinventing the wheel. Find people that know more than you. Always clean the lint trap in your dryer. Learn to do coding, followed by a 5-paragraph private email on why. Give your dreams the freedom to evolve and change, because your dreams at 17 aren't exactly the same at 27. Always throw a party that you yourself would want to attend. Try the things you're uncomfortable with. They are the most rewarding. Always carry a Tide pen. Just do it. Present graduates, I hope you have learned leaving here that there are many ways to solve a problem, that taking shortcuts may give you a more direct route, but not a thorough one, that expecting someone to give you the answers hands over your power and keeps you in the same place. Trust your instincts. You have more answers than you know. And remember, only you can define what's good to and for you. Class of 2018, I hope all the laughs, arguments, debates, and challenges you experienced here at St. Peter's Prep made you better people. And welcome to the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Megan, thank you. Charlie Rooney was a prep member of the prep faculty for 38 years and retired in 1985. He proudly raised 2 sons who are prep graduates in the classes of 67 and 69. Mr. Rooney embodied all that was memorable about a prep teacher. He embodied scholarship, humor, dedication, dependability, and a deep grounding in Ignatian principles. And so it is fitting to honor his memory with an award to the faculty speaker at graduation each year. Ms. Megan Clinton, we are proud to present you with the Charlie Rooney Award. Each member of our faculty and staff has left our students with memories and influences, inspiration that will stay with them forever. So on behalf of the class of 2018, I would ask all faculty and staff to please stand at this moment and to be recognized. I also offer special recognition to members of the faculty and staff who have devoted 20 years or more of service to St. Peter's Prep and have earned the Bene Merenti Award. I would ask that our Bene Merenti awardees to stand as I call their names and the years that they first began their service at St. Peter's Prep. Please remain standing until the last name has been called. Mr. Hugo Elo, 1997. Mr. Richard Peters, class of 85. In 1997. Ms. Janice Martineau, 1994. Ms. Mary Phyllis Lucrecio, 1992. Ms. Diane McCabe, 1992. Ms. Grace Gualario, 1990. Mr. Arvind Saw, 1990. Myself in 1989. Mr. John Irvin, class of 83. In 1989, Mr. Jim Dendera, class of 86, in 1988, Ms. Catherine Ford, 1988, Ms. Elizabeth Walsh, 1985, Mr. Richard Hansen, 1983, Mr. Jim Horan, class of 70, in 1974, Father John Mullen, in 1970, and Father Tony Azzardo, 1963. Thank you for your service. Today I am happy to induct a new member to this group as she completes 2 decades of service to Prep this year. Since 1988, through her work in the attendance office, along with stints in the principal's office and the Office of Campus Ministry, Ms. Cecilia Collins has been among the first and most helpful people many parents and students encountered when contacting Prep, whether calling in a student absence or signing in late. She's been there helping the school to run efficiently with a friendly, competent smile. I'd like to invite Ms. Cecilia Collins to the stage to be recognized for 20 years of generous service to St. Peter's Prep. There is one more group here today who deserve praise and congratulations for their part in making this day possible. I would ask all parents and guardians of today's graduates to please stand. Commencement is not simply a rite of passage, but rather an acknowledgement of 4 years of success, of sacrifice, and of support. Parents and guardians of our graduates, you have entrusted to St. Peter's Prep with your sons. Prep has been blessed by this gift. More than anyone else, you are responsible for having provided your sons with the grounding and direction and spirit that have brought them to this joyous day. As their first and best teachers, I hope you will take great pride in all that they have achieved. Graduates, look to the sides and around. Find your families and understand with your hearts that true greatness is never achieved without love and support. And never forget that what you achieved and what you celebrate today was realized through the love and faith of those who have supported you. I would ask our graduates and faculty and staff to now acknowledge our parents and guardians of the class of 2018. It is my pleasure to begin the conferring of diplomas. Father Bowler, I present to you the 2 233 members of the St. Peter's Prep class of 2018, and I can attest that they have successfully completed the course of studies and may be conferred diplomas of graduation. In a moment, Mr. Furlong and Mr. Morris will return to the podium to call the names. And we would ask that you please hold your applause until each row of graduates of about 15 has received their diplomas from Father Bowler.
Maurice Acuna. Jason Ademalola. Justin Ademalola. Luis Aguiar. Adetayo Akano. Jorge Alicia Lopez. Magna cum laude, Declan Alvidrez. Jared Amagawan. Noah Andriani. Magna cum laude, Conrado Arroyo. Marcus Bagley. Cum laude, Matthew Baldowski. Austin Bennett. Louis Bizian. Congratulations.
Cameron Blair. Receiving his diploma from his grandfather, Mr. Ronald Brady, prep class of 1958, and magna cum laude, Christopher Brady. Receiving his diploma from his father, Mr. Robert Brancatella, prep class of 1985, and cum laude, Miles Brancatella. Jack Brandon. Cum laude, Daniel Brown. Magna cum laude, Noah Byrne. Corel Cattle. Marco Califano. Cum laude, Adrian Cabano. Magna cum laude, Nicholas Gao. Jack Carey. Hugh Carroll. Nicholas Carter. Christopher Caruso. Christopher Cassiano. Congratulations.
Receiving his diploma from his grandfather, Mr. John J. Charles, prep class of 1958, Keith Casaldo. Isaiah Chagas. Nicholas Charas. Andrew Chiarazi. Brennan Collier. Cum laude, Samir Cooper. Fernando Cordova Visuete Jr. John Correo. Michael Cortez. Andrew Coyne. Receiving his diploma from his grandfather, Mr. Daniel O'Connor, prep class of 1964, magna cum laude, Matthew Coyne. Cum laude, Mark Cazzarelli. Jared Cruciani. Receiving his diploma from his father, Dr. Terrence Curran, prep class of 1988, John Curran. Michael Daly. Congratulations.
Cum laude, Jason Davidoff. Receiving his diploma from his father, Mr. George Dimitriadis, prep class of 1979, cum laude, Nicholas Dimitriadis. Cum laude, Dante Diaz. Receiving his diploma from his mother, Miss Sue Delaney, mathematics teacher, and his grandfather, Mr. Michael L. Grabler, prep class of 1958, magna cum laude, Matthew Delaney. Philip Donald. Robert Donald. Dylan Dordovan. Richard Doran. Receiving his diploma from his father, Mr. Joseph Dornio, prep class of 1983, Ryan Dornio. Magna cum laude, Kevin Drusiak. Cum laude, Matthew Duane. Robert Duncan. Kenneth Einhorn IV. Jordanus Espinal. Cum laude, Louis Espinal. Congratulations.
Jaziri Evans. Receiving his diploma from his grandfather, Mr. Lawrence T. Fell, prep class of 1954, Kevin Fell. Adrian Fernandez. Stephen Perales. Tyler Finnerty. Magna cum laude, Sean Fitzgibbon. Peter Flores. Cum laude, Christopher Florum. Anthony Francaneri. Cum laude, Gavin Freeman. Receiving his diploma from his father, Mr. Kerry Krasinski, prep class of 1985, cum laude, Tate Krasinski. Cum laude, John Gatzione. Thomas Ganaway. Receiving his diploma from his father, Mr. Christopher Gannon, prep class of 1987, cum laude, Ryan Gannon. Cum laude, Patrick Garrigan. Congratulations.
Receiving his diploma from his father, Mr. Kevin Goins, prep class of 1980, Kevin Goins. J. Griffin Gonzalez. Kenneth Gonzalez. Cum laude, Matthew Goodman. James Gordon. Gerald Graves. Cum laude, Christopher Green. Receiving his diploma from his grandfather, Mr. Thomas Gregory, prep class of 1963, John Gregory. Cum laude, Griffin Goditis. Cum laude, Justin Guzman. Sebastian Haas. Ian Hallenborn. Cum laude, John Halligan. Cum laude, Aiden Hamilton. Thomas Hannon. Congratulations.
Cum laude, Tyler Hansen. Ryan Hartnett. Connor Heaney. Cum laude, Owen Hine. Marvin Heredia. Antonio Hernandez. Magna cum laude, Jared Holzman. Cum laude, Malkaja Hoskins. Ray Jasinski. Cum laude, Vache Kafafian. Daniel Kamel. Receiving his diploma from his father, Mr. Michael Kane, prep class of 1984, magna cum laude, Brian Kane. Kevin Keegan. Liam Keegan. Benjamin Kelly. Congratulations.
Michael Kelly. Receiving his diploma from his father, Mr. Richard Kelly, prep class of 1983, and his grandfather, Mr. Richard Kelly, prep class of 1955, cum laude, Richard Kelly. Receiving his diploma from his father, Mr. Eugene Cohane, prep class of 1988, cum laude, Eugene Cohane. Cum laude, Dennis Kirby Jr. Ryan Kirkwood. Paul Kondrakowicz. Kevin Kwan. Receiving his diploma from his father, Mr. Paul Labruno, prep class of 1983, Dylan Labruno. Receiving his diploma from his father, Mr. Ariel Lanting, prep class of 1984, Lincoln Lanting. Sean Lavin. Cum laude, Thomas Lee. Cum laude, David Lerner. Zachary Lewis. Victor Lopez. Lance Lucarelli. Congratulations.
Charles Maynard Jr. Dante Maleo. Michael Manuel. Luke Marasegan. Matthew Marcano. Magna cum laude, Matthew Marini. Daniel Marshall. Cum laude, Ralph Mason. Cum laude, Joseph Mastroganato. Magna cum laude, Joaquin Nadamus. Andrew Maxwell. Durkin McCarthy. Cum laude, William McHugh. Magna cum laude, Cleophas McIntosh. Congratulations.
Seth McLaughlin. Aiden McMahon. Dominic Beleo. Zamir Mickens. Magna cum laude, Zachary Moeller. Gibran Mohammed. Dylan Murray. Cum laude, Gregory Natcheff. Charles Nadrowski. Cum laude, Jeremiah Naramore. Jethro Ing. David Nyland. Daniel Nunez. Cum laude, Joshua Oakley. Congratulations.
Chima Ohadike. Cum laude, Robert Onos. Andre Zor. Patrick Orth. Dominroval Ovale. Cum laude, James Paradiso. Manav Parikh. Daniel Payams. Cum laude, Lorenzo Perez Jr. William Perlman. Jason Pope Bain. Cum laude, Owen Hosser. Tyler Powers. Andrew Prescott. Congratulations.
Cum laude, Nicholas Ramirez. Cum laude, Ryan Ramos. David Reverendo. Joseph Ribano. Receiving his diploma from his father, Mr. Craig Richards, prep class of 1984, Brian Richards. Also receiving from his father, Michael Richards. Cairo Richards. Xavier Ritter. Cum laude, Ian Robson. Receiving his diploma from his father, Dr. Paul Roses, prep class of 1974, John Luca Roses. Jared Rosso. Magna cum laude, Daniel Rowe. Brian Ruane. Joseph Rugi. Congratulations.
Paolo Salmon. Christian Santucci. Christian Santos.